You got accused of being a tax evader. Are you a tax evader? What happened?
Well, first place, our country was started by tax protesters. They threw a bunch of tea in the harbor and started a big war. I'm not against tax protesting. I think if you owe a tax, you should pay it. I get accused of that. I did spend 9 years in federal prison for absolutely no crime whatsoever. They came after me in Pensacola when I was down there. They investigated me for 5 years to find something wrong. Finally, they came and arrested me for structuring.
How long ago was this?
That was in 2006, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
They put me in for 9 years, and they gave me a 10-year sentence for structuring, which I'd never heard of. And there was no crime at all. Several people did investigations of my case, and one guy did a 15-hour summary. He said, Kent, the government broke 100 laws to put you in prison. The U.S. attorney, who spent 5 years investigating me, after he got me in prison, he seized all the church property down there. John David Roy Atchison, you can Google that. After he put me in prison, he flew to Detroit to have sex with a 5-year-old. That was a sting operation, got arrested and hung himself in jail. My judge, Margaret Casey Rogers down in Pensacola, she had 2 teachers arrested in Pace, Florida, for praying over their food at lunch. She hates Christians, okay? So Margaret Casey Rogers hates Christians. A complaints board did a review on her, my judge. The first 2 juries refused to find me guilty. She called a 3rd jury, just determined to get me. That's not right. And then she told them to find me guilty. They sent a SWAT team, dragged my wife out of bed in her nightgown, took her down to the courthouse in her nightgown. We've been married 42 years. And when I got back, she divorced me because she was scared of the IRS when I got back from prison. Anyway, there's my ex-wife there. So Margaret Casey Rogers found out all kinds of stuff about her. She said, there's going to be no prayers in my town. She's a federal judge. She still is, okay? John David Roy Atchison seized all the church assets down there, all the property, and then flew to Detroit to have sex with a 5-year-old, got arrested getting off there. There's a whole bunch of pedophiles down there in the whole legal system.
In Florida?
Yes. The bottom line is, I've never evaded a tax that I owed. If I owe it, you should pay it. The question is, do you owe it? Simple. There's John David Roy Atchison. He's the one that put me in prison, and then he got arrested and hung himself, which I feel bad for, but leave a Baptist preacher alone. I wasn't doing anything wrong, okay? I'm still not. I'm trying to serve God with my life. There's John Roy Atchison. Okay, he's going to have sex with a 5-year-old girl, got arrested and hung himself. When the agent posing as a mother offering a 5-year-old said, is this going to hurt my daughter? He said, oh, no, I've done it plenty. It's just wicked, just plain wicked. Those are the kind of people that come after me. So to answer your question, I did spend 9 years in prison. I did not break any single laws. I'm not a tax protester. I've been a pretty bold preacher. When they came and arrested me, they said to the agents, the SWAT team, go over the property, find every DVD number 5 you can find. Number 5 of my series is called The Dangers of Evolution. This theory is not only stupid, it's dangerous. Evolution is the foundation philosophy behind socialism, communism, Nazism, Marxism. Why did Hitler kill the Jews? Hitler was a very strong believer in evolution, and I pointed out clearly. And he thought the Jews were an inferior species. When you teach somebody their evolution, you're creating a monster. So I really spelled it out clearly. And so they wanted to seize every DVD number 5 and shut me up for my teaching on how dangerous evolution is. Every Thursday and Friday night on our show here, we do a show titled, Evolution is the Dumbest and Most Dangerous Religion in the World. Prove me wrong. We let people call in.
Yeah. So Justice 7777, a viewer of ours, she says, Dr. Kent, I hope for your false imprisonment that you sued the state for defamation of character, loss of employment, etc. And so she's asking, have you done that?
Well, I have other people working on that. I'm a preacher. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how to do all that stuff. But we're hoping that Trump will get some of his people to investigate. He's got a pardon attorney now, a pardon department, I guess, you know. So everybody, please contact anybody you know in Congress or Senate and say, look, would you just investigate the case? Look what they did to that guy.
Yeah.
Look what they did to Donald Trump, all the stuff they brought up. Crazy. They weaponized the Justice Department. That's exactly what they did to me.
Why?
While I was in prison. Well, they moved me 32 times while I was in, which is a technique they used to try to get you killed, because usually you're on the bus being transported around, 32 times. I was in New Hampshire and Colorado and you name it, I've been there 32 times. I led 800 men to the Lord. I earned 2 more doctor's degrees. I wrote 37 books. I tried to use my time wisely. I did Bible study 4 times a day with the cellmates there, led many of them to the Lord. So
that's amazing.
Half the Bible's written from prison. Yeah, I don't want to go back again, but half the Bible is written from prison. So I tried to use it wisely.
Okay. So why do you think that you were unfairly targeted? Is it just because of your faith, or is it something bigger or different, or what?
Well, my faith and my teaching on the evolution theory. See, there are some people who would like to have a one world government, a new world order. Well, the guys who started this country said, we hold these truths to be self-evident. All men are created equal. They're endowed by their creator with certain rights. Where do rights come from? From
God.
the creator. But see, that's why if you can get people to believe there's no God, evolution, now rights come from government. That's what they want. They want everybody to think like you have the right to get married, or do you have to get government permission to do that? Do you have the right to bear arms, or do you have to get the government's permission? This is really opens up a whole can of worms. When I first got started in this ministry, I asked a wise pastor friend of mine, Johnny Pope in Texas, his dad, Julian Pope. I said, how do you know God's will for your life? He said, well, that's easy. You find a need and you fill it. What's the greatest need you see, Kent? He said, don't tell me, go think about it. At the time, I was reading all the books by the great creationists, Henry Morris and Dwayne Gish and all those guys, fabulous stuff. But they use all the $10 words, When you get done listening to him, you say, wow, what did he say? It's really smart. I said, we need somebody to make it simple, dumb it down, 4th grade level. And so that's my gift of taking the complicated things and explaining it. I can teach trigonometry to a 10-year-old. Just a gift of explaining things where it's simple.
Yeah, absolutely. Teacher gift.